What went wrong down the stretch? You guys were up 12 with seven and some change. It seemed like a stream of turnovers.
Yeah, just turnovers. End of the third and end of the fourth, we just got scattered. I've got to get us better organized during those stretches. That's on me. They turned up the pressure. We didn't handle it well, and they scored 35 points off our turnovers. That was the game.
How deflating does it feel?
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, you know, we're on a little bit of a run. Got a chance for some momentum. We controlled the whole game, and we let it slip.
What went wrong on the glass tonight?
Well, you know, Barnes obviously just dominated the boards. Whether we were big or small, it just seemed like he was getting every rebound. So, yeah, he was great.
Think about starting overtime big?
Not really. You know, Al was done with his minutes. He was on a minutes restriction. And, I mean, we thought briefly about Quinton, but I felt better, you know, starting the way we did. And we went to Quinton, you know, a couple minutes in. We were down 6, I think.
Yeah, you mentioned Quinton. What did you see from him? What do you ask him to improve, like moving forward?
Who?
Quinton Post.
Quinton?
Quinton, yeah.
He's doing great. He's having a great season. Improved his defense dramatically. He's a really good player. He's just got to keep working, keep playing, but we're lucky to have him.
What are the optimal possessions you're looking for down this stretch? What does an optimal crunch time possession look like?
Well, take care of the ball, get spaced, you know, get the ball to Jimmy or Steph, and let them attack one way or the other, whether it's a screen or an ISO. But we've, you know, I kicked myself. I tried to run a little backdoor play where Steph's setting the back screen for Jimmy late in regulation, and we were going to bring Steph off of a split cut if the back cut hadn't worked, and I put Draymond in a tough spot, and that was on me. I needed a better call in that situation to get the ball to Steph or Jimmy and give them space.
Draymond with 21 points. They've been a rough stretch of games for him. Is there something to take away from just the way you played?
Yeah, Draymond was great tonight. He played his tail off. Great energy, great defense. So he did everything he could to help us win. Like I said, I feel like I let us down tonight.
Buddy back in the rotation? Was that just for today?
Well, Melton was out, and we needed those minutes, so Buddy was back.
Trace scratched late?
I'm sorry?
Trace?
No, he was fine. We had him in the lineup plans, but because of the way the game was going and the way they were guarding Steph, we felt like we had to have space with our bigs, and so that's why we stayed with Al and QP.
41 minutes for Steph. Do you expect him to go tomorrow?
I expect him to, but it's a tough one, you know. And Jimmy 37, Trey 33 with the back-to-back. Yeah, brutal loss, but we got to bounce back.
How would you, I guess, classify the problems that their run and jump presented you guys down the stretch there?
I think it was just our spacing off it. We honestly haven't worked on teams running, trapping like that, especially in the backcourt. I think it's just we just got to fix our spacing when it comes to our alignment when, you know, there's two people on the ball.
Is there a through line or a thread with these close late game losses that you're noticing?
I mean, tonight I think defensively down the stretch, it was impacted just by our offense and the turnovers. And I think the times we did get stops, we just didn't come up with the rebound. Obviously, Scotty had 25 boards, but bunch of times where we got that stop we needed and couldn't come up with the board, and then we're just kind of in scramble mode, so it's hard to play defense that way.
Frustrating is it losing games like this with the turnover margin being, you guys are on the other end of that time and time.
I mean, as a competitor, you want to win every game, and I think we're 5-11 or something like that. Yeah, 6-11. You know, we easily could be 11-6, and it just kind of changes the perspective and outlook on our team.
On the glass, they get you guys on the glass. Where did you feel, their presence in that respect?
They just got a lot of guys. Every time every shot goes up, they go. And so you're not surprised about the offensive rebounding numbers, guys being in the right place at the right time. When you go all the time, some of them are bound to, land your way. And so they did a great job consistently going.
Flip the page quick. What's the mentality you wanted in Brooklyn?
Got to win. Don't let one turn to two. We just won 3 in a row. So had to slip up tonight, just get back on track, win tomorrow.
How would you describe how the last, I guess, 7 minutes and change of regulation and overtime played out?
No, it was tough. We thought we did enough to win. Gave ourselves a good cushion. Just couldn't get a rebound. And too many, turnovers. They turned up the pressure, and we just didn't have enough answers down the stretch. So, obviously credit them. They made enough plays, got to all the loose balls, the offensive rebounds, the extra possessions. And then, you get down to the last possession, kind of go either way.
Just with the turnovers, I mean, how deflating is it to continue to lose games the same way with turnovers like this?
I mean, we win as a team, we lose as a team, and the idea of securing possessions and just getting the shot up at the rim, we all have to figure out how to do that. 20 turnovers isn't going to cut it. They got 14 extra shot attempts. It's hard to win those type of games no matter how well you play despite that.
Monster night from Scotty Barnes. What makes him such a challenging person to go up against on both sides of the floor?
Oh my God. I mean, he plays at his own pace. He's a huge presence out there, and and he's a great playmaker, even if it's not kind of untraditional. So, he takes advantage of mismatches. He got him extra possessions all night. 9 offensive rebounds by himself. He was just relentless on the board. So, you got to try to be as physical as he is and meet that force. And he obviously did that the whole game.
Steph, what did you make of the play in the regulation when you got the turnover against Jamal Shedd, kind of swarming through? They made the call. Did you feel it was appropriate, or?
That's 2 games in a row where that's happened. And, I talked to Bill Kennedy afterwards, and I have it is a bang play because I felt like he was in my space, and it's a normal kind of rip through where it's twice the balls actually hit the person and not my elbow or not anything else. So the way the rules are, you can press up as close as you want, and it's not a foul. Or it's a foul on me if I swipe through trying to create space. So the way it's written, it is what it is. I'll make the adjustments, but it's weird that it's 2 games in a row that's happened.
Are there discernible differences in I guess, late game execution and I guess the struggles that you guys are having this year compared to how you were able to finish late game execution down the stretch the last 31 games of last year?
I'm not sure. I feel like there are different reasons we're getting into close games, especially like tonight. We came out the last 3 minutes of the fourth and a stretch there last 3 minutes of the third and a stretch in the fourth where, turnovers took a double-digit lead to 4 or 6, and then you give, especially on the road, you're giving a team life, and there are a lot of ways to get to a clutch time situation down the stretch. Either it's kind of back and forth all night, or big swings. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to that, we did play well enough to win. Just there was offensive rebounds that gave them easy points in life and got their crowd back into it. So we talk about our team. We're not a team that has a huge margin every night to play around and give teams extra possessions. That's always going to come back to haunt us.
Yeah. The Raptors are a team that tries to apply a lot of ball pressure, create deflections, and wheels. What makes them so difficult to move the ball around against?
It's kind of the nature of the way the league is going. You have a couple guys who are on-ball defenders using their length, athleticism, and then you have guys on the back end who are able to kind of shoot by passing lanes, or again use their length to cut off angles and all that type of stuff. So and it's an identity thing. Teams have, kind of tapped in that as a difference maker. It takes a lot of energy to do, obviously, but I think there's like a 6-minute stretch throughout the game collectively where it turned the momentum their way. So it's credit to them.
Visits here still feel special after all these years, given your ties here, like the time you spent as a kid and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Being in a practice facility yesterday, old soccer grounds with me and my brother, got up a lot of shots, same sights and sounds in this building. See a lot of people who I met, back in that 99 to 2002. And then obviously my wife's family out here, so it means a lot to come back and be able to play.
Obviously, you had the nod to Kobe with your sneakers today. I'm curious how much influence his sneaker free agency, that run, it has had on your sort of run that you've had here.
Only to the point that I know he did it and had that moment in between homes, if you will. And I don't know like the full run of what he did, but it was a consideration when I had this opportunity for sure.
Steph, as a basketball player, you have accomplished everything, multiple championships, MVPs, gold medals. What keeps you going? What gets you motivated at this stage of your life and career?
I have so much fun playing the game. I love my teammates. I love the fight to win games every single night. And yeah, you obviously want to win at the highest level again and have that experience. But nights like tonight, just that back and forth, when it's all said and done, you're gonna miss it. So I'm trying to get the most out of it.
How you feeling after 41 minutes? You think you'll play tomorrow?
I'm feeling great. I don't know how to answer the second part yet.